Hello there everyone! Xantaki with Slick Streaming and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Hey Curb.
Howdy. Are you ready for some despair?
Man, when you see the two characters that you thought were guaranteed to last a little bit die right away, it's like, well, there it is. There's the despair. Alrighty then. How's the thing? So, we've got the trial coming up next. The class trial to determine who killed our bestest buddy, Saika Maizono. And I don't know who it was. I have theories, I have guesses, I have a top 3 suspects. What I want to do, moving forward throughout this whole game, is before and after every investigation, I want to go over who my top suspects are. At least for now, I want to do a minimum of a top 3. As we get later on in the game and more people start dropping like flies, I might change that to a top 2 or a top 1. Because, I mean, if there's 5 people left, doing a top 3 is kind of silly. So, last time around, my top 3, or top 4 rather, was Toko, Chihiro, Celeste, and Leon. It's a little bit different now. Not too different, but it's a little bit different. First off, I want to talk about Taco. I'm hungry.
Tacos!
Apparently.
Yes!
Toko and Celeste are both in the same category for me right now, is that they're both suspicious, largely because where the hell were they during the investigation? Now, maybe we just missed them, maybe we didn't go to where they were, but they were not involved in the investigation. That we can say for sure. Toko claiming, oh, I don't like blood, I'll pass out. Could be true. Could be a ploy. Maybe she's just saying that so that we won't suspect her, either now or later. That said, she has the personality that I could totally believe it. Celeste, you're the ultimate gambler. Going for the first kill. Gambling that they'll have so many suspects that they won't figure out which one it is. It'd be a smart bet. I could absolutely see that happening. Third person I want to talk about. I was actually struggling to find the third person I was most suspicious of after the investigation. But I finally settled on Leon. I know we found his name written upside down in blood, but Makoto's an idiot and thinks it's numbers. And I was thinking immediately, like, oh, this is fake. I've played Phoenix Wright enough that I know when you see the person's name written in blood, that's never the right answer. The killer did it. But I couldn't really think of anybody else that really fit to be a top 3 suspect, so it's like, okay, on the off chance that it's not a Phoenix Wright scenario and that the name written in blood was actually written by Sayaka, the name of her killer, then I have to put Leon on the list. It just makes sense. That said, I have to wonder, it's like, okay, so the killer went to throw things away, to hide evidence. You'd think they would have come back to make sure they didn't miss anything, and they would have seen the name. Of course, maybe they're also an idiot and they thought it was numbers. I don't fucking know. But it'd be extremely suspicious. I don't know. That's kind of where my mind is at. Celeste, Toko, or Leon. I'm thinking it's one of you 3. Let's get this shit rolling. Alright, game. I wanted to get it.
What?
I wish it would just stop me in place. Instead it, like, pushes me off to the side.
It is? That's weird.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. You're late, Makoto! We've all been waiting for you! I'm sorry! I can't upload every day! Jesus!
I bet you were afraid you'd be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it. But I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. Unfortunately, she can't speak because she's dead. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka, is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom. where all your fates will be decided.
If this courtroom isn't filled with, like, medieval torture traps and halberds and swords and whatnot, I'm gonna be slightly disappointed.
I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Like, there's no way it's a standard, clean courtroom. No, not with this fucking bear. Oh, Jesus, do I have to talk to all of you? Alright.
What? What?
So, whoever stuck us here even took the time to set up a goddamn courtroom, huh?
Seemingly, yes.
Impossible.
Damn. We really gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
Hey. There's no point in standing around here. Settle your resolve and step into the future.
Got it!
Relax. I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Just 99%. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Oh hey, look who was hiding.
Mm-hmm. Let's get started.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. In the end, I wasn't able to do any looking around or anything. Is this really how Sayaka would want us to find out who killed her? Probably not.
What the heck?
I can't help but wonder what whoever killed Sayaka is feeling right now.
Probably a little nervous, possibly stressed.
Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence?
Actually, yes.
Being so insistent, even though you obviously killed her? Very impressive.
You know what I mean.
Well, I did my job. I'm counting on the rest of you from here on out.
That is a crazy suspicious thing to say right now. What was your job? Was it murder? And now you're counting on the rest of us to fuck up? Okay. Alright.
Oh my god.
So, the school basement has become a darkened stage. We're all here to bear witness to Mr. Nayeke's final curtain call. But you were just talking about us being the cleaning crew guy later on. Think of your goddamn mind, freak.
Well then, the time has finally come. Are you ready?
Yes. Let's fucking go. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared?
No. Scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself.
I feel like she knows it's not us.
If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth.
Either she knows who did it, or she believes completely that it wasn't us. Which I find interesting. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sayaka's honor, I swear, I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raise my voice to try and give myself courage, I turn, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed, and the elevator started to move. Oh, this is a great shot. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds towards the school basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment?
Oblivious to our own shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. Aw, no weaponry. Pretty sad, pretty sad. You finally arrived! Took you long enough. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, okay. Everyone, find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yahoo!
Hurry up now. Hurry. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. Oh, the little death signs!
Oh, right. Since no one died in the demo, you wouldn't have seen that. Or at least, well, Hero wasn't part of the official cast, so he wouldn't have one in that one.
I don't like it.
It'll be addressed.
Oh. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Alright.
Yep.
Okay, so first of all, let's see what this. Okay, that's not gonna. That's just gonna review. We might as well briefly go over all the truth bullets, I guess. Okay, the file. We got evidence of a struggle, replica sword in the sheath, switching rooms, toolkit, which was not open. Nobody's were open apparently. Cleanliness. Her wrist is broken. The dying message, which is obviously saying Leon and not numbers. You fucking moron. Bathroom door frame or doorknob. And the nameplate's getting, which is still really weird. Knives, her saying that she, well, what I don't understand is why we didn't ask her who she saw. Like, Makoto, that would have been, I would have asked that, but no, you're dumb, apparently. Trash duty, the incinerator, and the burnt shirt. Because that's right, I wanted to try and see whose outfits look like that. I forgot to do that.
How many have white undershirts?
Yeah. Well, these pictures aren't going to help me too much. Suspicious. It's all white. Okay, it's not going to be her. Her shirt does not match that at all. Not really. Oh! Doesn't match Toko's, I don't think. Interesting. Okay, okay. Aw, really?
Yep.
Oh, this game. Fuck. Alright. Set skills. Let's look at this. Oh, okay.
So, this is where you got some of the stuff from earlier.
Right. I got Robot Talk from Leon, and I got Harmonious Voice, I believe, from Sayaka. And then
Yes, that should
Sakura
be,
just
yep.
gave me extra SP.
Yep. So this is where those come into play for how they will help in here.
Okay. So Robot Jock increases my truth bullet rate of fire. I like the sound of that. Effective during the non-stop debate and the bullet time battle final strike. That's a long title, but okay. Let's equip it. We only have one other one. Melodious Voice, that's what it was. Increases damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. Effective during the bullet time battle. Sweet. So now I have a question for you.
Yes.
Junko died before we were able to actually talk to her. So what would we have gotten from Junko?
Want me to look that up real quick?
Please do.
Gotcha. Okay, so while you're doing that...
While you're doing that, I'm going to look at the truth bullets a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. Scratches and gouges on the walls. Evidence of struggle, pretty obvious. The replica sword, gold comes off it pretty easily. The sheath has damage on it, which means it was likely used in defense. We switched our rooms. That one's pretty easy to us. The toolkit thing is odd because they're saying that the doorknob was broken, as if using something like a screwdriver, but none of the toolkits were open supposedly, which makes me wonder if the key or the knife could have been used to unscrew the screws. Somebody cleaned their room to get rid of all the hair. Not very many people have a lot of hair. Well, one person has a lot of hair. But I don't think it was Hero. Wrist was broken. I'm not sure when that would have happened. Maybe the force of the blow they were trying to defend themselves with just too much? Or they just got hit on the wrist with the blade, I don't know. Dying message. There's that doorknob again. Our nameplate's being switched. I'm assuming that's something that's just like Monokuma did when we switched rooms.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
So, I have it. The one that you would have gotten from her
Yep.
if you had done it. Here's the thing. You did, because you know how you did Leon 1 and Sakura the other?
Yeah.
You would have had to do both with her because the first one was just a point. The second one is you would have gotten the skill Trance, which is the focus gauge recovering. So did you learn how to slow down and like kind of pause while you were about to shoot?
In the demo I did, yeah.
Gotcha. So that takes up the focus gauge. That skill would help it recover quicker.
Okay, interesting.
Yep.
Alright. Let's jump in.
And voice acting!
Let's
We get a
begin
break.
with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Alright, what the hell is going on with Taka on the left? That's weird.
That's whenever they say something really intense. It doesn't always do that.
That needs to be slower.
They want
It feels like he's gonna jump out at me.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
There's another empty seat? Oh.
There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Because it's easier to make a circle with 16 than 15.
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line.
Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Fucking please.
Just to be safe.
Oh yeah.
As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. I really hope you can't hear that dog.
Faintly, maybe.
Maybe. Any relevant truth bullets you've found during your investigation will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful.
This is where I mentioned that happened to me in the demo, but to be fair, they were wanting me to do some different button combination, and it wasn't one to work quite right. So it's not my fault.
Oh, gotcha. If you press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls.
Thank God.
Oh. Well then, good luck, and have fun.
Escape key. No, escape key, please. I don't know the controls yet. Alright, so we got evidence of the struggle.
I assert that the
okay,
one
that's
who
it.
was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She
No.
didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
There you go.
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Did Chihiro even go in the room?
Good point.
With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
Yeah. Like, why are there slash marks on the bed? That's fucking weird.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
No, of course not.
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Exactly. Thank you.
Sorry.
Now, since
Okay,
there's more
so
voice
what's
acting-
next?
I'm sorry, what?
So, since there's more voice acting here, if you have more questions like, I think I know that one, because you'll be able to hear them better, let me know. I'll let you know if I hear anything. Especially because there's going to be a lot of them you're going to hear a lot more of. It's like, oh! So that's
Next is the
just keep in
subject of the
mind.
murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
He sounds very similar to Monokuma. I know it's not the same voice actor, but it's just, there's similarities in how they talk, or maybe it's how I talk with them.
Maybe.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. Alright, so we got the kitchen knife set. And that
So
does that
what
one,
was
okay.
used to kill her?
Well,
There
I
was
could
some
tell you
kind
now.
of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
Not random.
No, that's wrong.
Okay, so you're okay, I'll wait for a pause.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
So, probably a stupid question because you probably already know, but if you're shooting it right away, if for some reason, like, you miss it or something, you know the whole little segment repeats, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
See, every time I hear Sakura actually talk, I think it's you doing the Sakura voice. You got that one spot on.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like it keeps on throwing me off.
That's actually pretty. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
He's slightly familiar, I'm just not sure.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She definitely knows something. She's right. There's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere, just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. The bit. Oh, that's you. Sure, let's fucking teach me.
I'm sorry, bitch. Don't come for my job.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate.
Which is what Junko would allow us to fill up more easily.
Yes. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. Needs a rush. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Hey.
There's someone who watches this and they refer to her as Tutorial Chan.
Nice.
And I'm like, yes, Luca, yes.
Alright, so we got her account whose name I'm still not sure how to say. I'm just gonna say Owie.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right?
I just noticed it shows us how
He
many
did it
segments
in
there are.
secret.
Yep.
When nobody was in the
Okay,
dining
knowing
hall.
that, I want to see the whole
And then
thing,
he
and then
went
I'll go
and
back here
stabbed
and I'll see the shooting.
Sayaka with it.
That's
So
good,
he
because
really
there's some
did
pretty
do
funny
it.
lines.
Yeah.
Yes. Then it's been decided. We've reached the end.
No, we haven't. Some way to prove I didn't take the knife. Person was in the dining hall last night. Should be able to do it. Yep.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon.
You skipped
But where does that get us?
There, yes, press escape.
Makoto must have taken...
There is a way to, just so you can slow down.
Control.
There you go. I knew that, and
He
like
did
there's
it in
something.
secret.
That'll make it a lot
No,
easier.
that's wrong.
It's always a lot of fun to speed up and slow down the voice actors too.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Oops. Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone.
So you were saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall?
Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this?
Hifumi, what are you pointing at?
It
What if
freezes the last
idiot
sprite.
swimmer girl and
Like,
Makoto
he's
are in
right
on it
next to
together
us.
and lying to protect each other?
That would be stupid, Toko. Because if I get away, she's dead in execution. The fuck? God, why are they all brain dead?
Well, technically the rule isn't stated in the handbook regarding that.
Well, I mean, it's fairly well assumed when he says punishment is execution.
Idiot swimmer girl!
I mean, that was accurate.
Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So why would you bother with an accomplice?
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
Well, actually... No, actually, there is a reason. Help someone get a murder off, and be like, oh yeah, that person did it. I get to live. One step closer to the end.
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops, did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
True, but I'm doubting it.
No, no way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
I can.
Oh.
That's right! Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Yup.
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Oh.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
If it did, they'd be dead.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
Oops.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
Oh, well, at least I wasn't the only one.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
I'm gonna make a prediction here.
What is it?
It was Sayaka.
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
The demo was just this case remade, isn't it?
Yeah?
Sayaka! Okay, so, the person who took the knife from the kitchen was...
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's
Well,
the
demo was
only
3 or 4
possibility.
questions.
What was that?
I think the demo was only like 4 or 5 questions, so this is more fleshed out.
And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
The demo for 3 also had a hair that you could discover. Well, there was no hair for this one.
When she
Oh,
came
true.
into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
Then the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Unfortunately, that's...
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn. If I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering.
Yeah, killing someone in their own
And
room,
until
it's
we
stupid.
unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit, I don't know what that is.
Yep. Would you like to hear more?
Yeah.
As things advance further in a class trial, the hangman's gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. It's pretty much like hangman. You have to just deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order.
Oh, jeez.
Use the mouse to aim, then press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you'll fail. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Something that should have been the crime scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. But we need to figure out what that something is.
Okay, it doesn't explain this, but the letters will be kind of have little colors behind them, and you'll see. So, it kind of explains it. You see how it's like yellow and orange?
Yeah.
The darker the color, the more times you have to shoot it.
Ah.
Well, oh, no, other way around. Oops, other way around. Lighter the color, the more you have to shoot it. Oops.
Now I understand.
So yellow would have required more shots. That's
right.
As I
That's
completely
right.
lie to you.
There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
And if it was me, why would I need to remove my own hair?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then, Makoto isn't the culprit?
You know, just going through all this, if I was going to be the next killer, I was going to take out Kyoko, because she is way too smart, and she would figure everything out.
Uh-oh.
But are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
Yes.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
Look at that smirk.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah,
okay, quiz time.
Then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
What's that quiz?
So, we're hearing Kyoko talk a lot.
Yeah.
Does she sound familiar to you?
Let me get some more lines from her.
Okay.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you...
Oh, shoot.
Oops.
So her voice, there's not a lot to it. It's very normal. It's missing a lot of inflection, which makes it somewhat difficult.
I get it, yeah. I might tell you, and you'll be like, oh boy, because I don't think it's as similar as you're expecting.
Nobody's coming immediately to mind for them. The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. Oh, wrong button.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room?
Why would I need to?
But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Kyoko said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first. But is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates, so...
Would you like to hear more?
I would.
From here on out, the number of weak spots will start going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially only one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is, not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use a truth bullet on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Pretty much HP.
Right.
Now, this is important, because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you'll fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Alright. Let's see here. So we got
I would say
bathroom
also
door.
pay attention to Makoto's voice too, because I have something for him.
Okay.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally, the culprit had Sayaka cornered.
And to finish the job, they stabbed her with the kitchen knife.
It was you, wasn't it, Makoto? Admit it. We already know the answer.
No, you don't.
Her face was speaking out of it too.
Yeah, it kind of bothers me. Alright, so I know the reason. I don't need you to give me the hint.
The incident took place in Sayaka was first. She then fled into the.
Then the killer ran and they got into the bath.
At that point, the killer had to try and... Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope. Ah!
And
What?
finally,
I
the
missed.
culprit had Sayaka.
Oh no!
It was you! We already
this
did
is
know
hard
the
thing.
Like
answer.
you did.
I must have been just barely
The incident
off.
took place. Sayaka was
the
first.
left
She
or
then fled
something?
into the.
Then the killer ran and they got into the bath. At that point,
The killer had to try... Because Sayaka had locked it.
No, that's wrong.
There we go.
So what you go? Japanese.
The reason my bathroom
know
didn't
that's
open
wrong.
wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
But the nameplate was switched, so the person would have assumed it was a girl's room that it had locked.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
And they wouldn't have looked for the toolkit because they thought it was a girl's room.
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
I mean, they never said it was good luck.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Well,
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
is she gonna be like the ultimate attorney or something? The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was that it was my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But
She's sounding a lot more familiar. I just haven't been able to figure out who she is.
Okay, I'll give you a little bit of time.
Okay.
the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Of course not. Also, I would have known how to open the door. That's what I've been trying to tell you, idiots.
Okay, then who did do it?
Calm it down.
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
No.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
No.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
See, this is why she's quickly becoming a favorite right here.
Oh, I am
The
gonna have
way
to
she
do her
res-
voice better justice.
No, you do her well.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yeah, we've been trying to figure that one out.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way.
What?
They could have knocked and said
Oh.
they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Oh dear God.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular, because of how frightened she was. That's the answer, right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in, because... Does it say in here? Come on, let me scroll. Jesus, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh?
That's interesting.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
What? There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Okay,
It's a
Morgana.
pretty old-fashioned technique.
Yeah.
But even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
Nope.
No, I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note, Sayaka wrote it?
but why? Why would she write that?
Because she played you like a fool.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Jesus.
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note?
No.
And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Please.
Very well then. Pay attention.
Alright. The nameplates.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
Well,
It certainly would seem that way.
there's the thing, finding which statement the nameplates are supposed to go to, because it could fit multiple. Killer went to
It's
my room.
possible.
Yeah. It has to be because of what got switched between mine and Sakura's rooms. The nameplates, yes, we know.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
I don't think it's gonna be that one.
But in the note, it specifically... I see. So then they would have gone to...
Exactly.
Let's say this one.
that No, that's wrong.
It's also a thing because sometimes you think about it in the way it's like not trying to
The
contradict the
nameplates
statement.
on my and
Like, is there a
Sayaka's
certain
rooms got
person
switched.
you're trying to contradict sometimes too? Like, what are they trying to get? The point they're making or something?
Right.
They got switched?
That's
Sweetie?
right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
No.
Right? Okay, then who did it?
Obviously, it was Sayaka. There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. And the only other person who knew who had switched rooms.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Or she invited them to attack them, and they fought back.
We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because, well, when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. I'm assuming they're wanting me to present the gold.
Nope.
Oh, well. That's you.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. This just doesn't make any sense. How is there any connection between the sword and her wrist?
Shoot!
Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Cool. Alright. Let's see. Ah, the one we point out the gold. Right, on that picture. There we go.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
No.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Oh my god, there's more.
There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more?
Please.
Are you getting used to these non-stop debates?
Yeah.
Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth cylinder.
Of course.
But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean.
That's mean.
Maybe. Well then, good luck and have fun!
The narrator stopped being friendly. Alright, what do we got? The sheath, the knife set, and the replica sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
And that's what broke Miss Mizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
The person with the sword really did attack first. No explanation for how a certain part of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No, that's wrong! Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
I said that last episode.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere.
No. Sayaka.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
Nope.
So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
His sleeve looks slightly familiar.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
A part of her body that shows she never used the sword? If you want to use a sword, which part of your body would to touch it? Well, technically there's...
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
There's no gold.
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
What?
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka wants the gold coating off her hands, because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens in the bathrooms at nighttime. Water was off.
I got it!
Are you sure it's not because she was afraid
According
of water?
to the Monokuma file,
theoretically,
Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
I thought it'd be Hifumi.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
Okay, can he die, please? I'm done with him. I'm so fucking dumb.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
The one who damaged the sheath would have had to have been the one without the sword.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Yep.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Context.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
I mean, anything we do here is a little risky.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Plus, it would have just become a he said, she said. She would have denied it.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Yep.
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
Were you expecting this?
Because...
I'm sorry, what?
Were you expecting this at all? For Sayaka?
Before the trial, no, but as we were getting into it, it's like, alright, clearly what happened here is Sayaka pulled a fast one on us, and she had a plot of her own. It just didn't work out.
Hey, hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
At this point, I'm pretty sure it's Leon and that the blood was actually a real clue.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her. But what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. No, dumbass. Blood! God damn it. Why are you so dumb? Dying message. It's our only bullet.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Very well. Then let's review all the clues we've found up to this point one more time.
Do we really have time for all that?
Die! Die! If we don't do something, we're all gonna die!
No, we're not. Just calm it down there, Toko. Alright.
It's easy just to say, hey, but there just aren't any more clues.
Yeah, there are.
No, that's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask...
Please point out that it's not numbers.
Can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
I mean, that's what I was pointing out before, but yeah. There's no question that Sayaka wrote that message, and I can prove it. Well, alright, you're gonna say it's the finger, but that's technically not proof, so alright.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. that could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Or the killer held her hand and wrote it.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but... Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Fuck you.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Come on, keep going. Damn it. It's no use. I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn a message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone. You. No. Where the hell are you? Nope. There he is. Jesus. Was he the last? Oh my god, he was the last one.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What? What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all.
Nah, it's very
She
deliberate.
wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The sleeve. The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's that thing I found on the ground from the incinerator, right?
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killers stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
And they missed.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
What?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right.
The buttons, though.
That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, she knew from the beginning.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to be paid. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible.
Okay, so process of elimination. Where?
Yeah.
You already know where it was, because that's where
Yeah.
you found it, right? So...
So I was thinking, I mean, how is the incinerator?
Is it?
I would have thought.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Funny how he would know that.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in. And the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one in cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. I mean, you could wad it up and throw it between the bars. Yeah, you wadded it. Yep, okay.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Nope.
Which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Huh? Me? No!
God. Alright, so he put the crystal ball in the middle, then he threw the crystal ball like a baseball.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on
So the only one, the person in charge of the...
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was throwing it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
True.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small.
But if you're an ultimate baseball
Could someone
star,
really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer, because...
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
Absolutely.
And with that, we can end this.
Here we
Listen
go.
to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument? Tell me more!
Yes. Would you like to hear more? Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. I don't believe this was in the demo, so this will be new for you.
Nope, the demo ended before we were allowed to get to the closing statement. Monokuma said, fuck off.
There's also one more piece besides this that's also not in the demo, too. You'll see in just a short while.
Is it what they're saying here about pieces missing?
Nope. However, you'll notice that in the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It is up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun!
Alright, let's... Wow. That's a thing. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so they're opening the door, she's got the knife, she's going for the attack.
Might want to press escape to make sure you have the right things to learn how to turn the pages.
Okay, so A and D turns the pages. Line up the our possible option at the bottom. Hold down, pick it up, and move them. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So do I have to go about it in order, though?
You do not. And I think this goes without saying, but this is Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
So
this right
like,
to left.
Yes.
Gotcha, that makes sense.
It won't tell you if it's right or not until everything's in place and you try to submit.
That's slightly annoying.
I know, they fixed it in the future games.
Okay. So she's going for the attack. They haven't picked up the sword yet. It doesn't see. It's not showing them picking up the sword, which is throwing me off. Like I'm expecting to see that.
It won't.
No, I don't think that's right. Let's see here.
No, it doesn't really suggest this, but if you can you go through your things on the bottom a little bit so I can give you a little tip?
Yeah.
Okay, freeze there. Does anything look really similar to what's on the page right now?
This?
Almost. One over.
Oh, shit, the backgrounds!
Well, yeah. Nope. What I'm telling you, there are sometimes decoys. You can see it's already part of the story.
Oh! Okay.
So it's like, wait, why would I use that one? So,
okay.
Not all the panels will be used.
Good to know.
Yes.
Okay. I think this makes most sense there. She's in the room, they're trying to get it open. They can't. They break it open, they get in. Where's the stab? We don't have a stab?
Remember,
oh, it's this one,
remember,
probably.
yeah, and remember the hints. Left mouse button over them.
Yeah, I'm trying not to use them unless I need them first.
Okay.
Okay. So, they find the thing, they start cleaning, like, oh no! Pick that up. Actually... Okay, so he turned it on first, then he threw the shirt in. And unfortunately...
The killer is... you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
It would have a different sound effect.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for.
Noted. See, what threw me off about the one on the right, with the sword behind them, is from the small image, I thought it was like they were having the sword, like, attached to their back. And I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right.
But I can't think
It's
of
a little
anything else
weird.
that would go here.
They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I'd told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka.
The
What?
face in the bottom right.
Yeah.
Oof.
They have fun, like, making the murderer, like, look like that.
But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Plus, I mean, what do they have to lose at that point?
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hero simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it.
Sure, and we totally
Makoto,
have that.
I believe you're in possession
Yeah.
of that evidence.
Sure. I, have the evidence?
Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more?
Tell me.
Here we go. Sometimes, during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB, BT dubs.
Okay.
During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements in time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center.
And now we're a rhythm game.
Yeah, we are now.
Alright, so we leave behind Phoenix Wright and we become Guitar Hero. Okay. Sure. Fucking Christ.
Well, here's the deal. You press the right mouse button to lock on to an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked onto with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center.
Okay.
Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with a truth bullet, like any other statement. Refute their statement fast enough, and you'll come out victorious. But just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck and have fun. And have a safe flight.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws. Could it have
I
been...
refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
Alright. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Hold on. Control, we need to check something again. Which one was left and right mouse? Shit.
Right locks on, left destroys.
Okay.
You kidding me? Not a chance.
Remember
It
to right
wasn't
click
me.
lock on?
Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me?
Okay, so don't we need to
Not a
clock on when they
chance.
start flashing like
Stupid.
No,
You have to right-click in the time, too.
Shut up!
Oh, right-click in time, too. Jesus.
Where's your proof?
I was wondering what was happening, yeah.
You kidding me?
I am
Not
not
a
good at
chance.
Oh, no.
It wasn't me.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get
Stupid!
it.
You lie! Stop talking! Shut up! Where's your
Jesus.
proof? You kidding me? Not a chance! Stupid!
Christ. That's what
Where's
you're
your
getting
proof?
used to.
It will.
This should prove it.
Fun fact, you can lock onto multiple at once, and then the left
The
click will
screws
destroy
on the
them all at
bathroom
once.
doorknob were removed.
So I was trying to just lock on when they just appeared, but it wasn't working out.
No, you have to do it in time.
Good
And it'll have a
Lord.
little reticle. Sorry about that.
And
That
that's-
one was definitely not in the demo.
And that's why the action difficulty is on nice.
Yes.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Jesus.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That's a lot of coin.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
You can hardly bear it.
Oh, no, you did not.
I had to.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, we don't actually get to pick. It just goes right to it.
Nope.
Damn. Ooh. For a second, I was like, wait, shit, what's my Monokuma voice?
Oh, no.
It's just been so long. Well, it looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this trial, the one that killed poor Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kuwata.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second.
Leon? Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it!
You son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch! What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky. That's all.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death?
I mean, he's not wrong. Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was hurt and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine. Now we're trapped in here, with no way out. They're probably waiting for me.
Why? Why?
I can't afford to be stuck in here. The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So, when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. Ba-bum, ba-bum. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness. What did you say? Phew! I understand. Really, I do. Yup, yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, again, forgetting the regulations. But...
That's enough.
As angry as I was, Kyoko lashed onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you'll need to let it go for now.
Damn it.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Oh, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes,
did it.
indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kuwata will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit?
That's a good point. At that point, it stopped being self-defense.
After she shut herself in the bathroom, You went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
I had any number of chances to stop what you were doing.
At first, when realizing everything that happened, I kind of felt bad for him. He was like, oh, he's kind of getting fucked over here. She attacked him, but Celeste is bringing up good points.
But you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No, that's not...
Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
You sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not?
Yeah, I thought I was.
He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand?
I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
What? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. Or Junko. Don't forget about Junko, you dick. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind. The mad mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken to our sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut the fuck up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly...
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Nah.
Hey, come
No.
on now!
No more begging. No more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kuwata, the ultimate baseball star. We're gonna condense you until you're squeezed into the size of a baseball. And there'll be so much blood and bones breaking as we do it.
Oh, wow.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
No!
You found that so funny?
Yeah. Oh shit. Ah. Yep. And they all have to watch. Christ. Notice how one person wasn't sweating.
Wait, which one?
Kyoko.
Oh.
He's the only one that didn't look utterly horrified. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
I'll let him speak for that one. Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control!
What's going on?
I can't take it.
Anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, if nobody murders anymore, then we don't have to deal with this. It's that easy, guys.
Well?
Hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you! Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So, why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's foolish. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite, fit together.
Shit.
You piece of shit! I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame.
Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped in here in this insane place?
You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of this school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get to the Blackened's punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for, after all.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to?
Our live studio audience. Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And we're back to being the Hunger Games. And just like that, he was gone. Fucking finally. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all so scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, can I talk to you for a second?
Fine, but only one. She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about.
It's about Sayaka, isn't it?
I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you, before the class trial started, you had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself.
You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why, as she lay dying, she was thinking of you.
What makes you say that? She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now. I'm assuming it's going to be she could have just let you take the fall for her death, but she wrote the name of her killer behind her so that they would know it wasn't you.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you.
There it is. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message.
Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone, or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Everyone behind us still looks really freaked out while we're having this conversation.
Well, some of them do. There's Sakura making the only pose Sakura ever makes. Same thing with Byakuya. Why are you telling me all this?
Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward. And
Correct.
Junko, who we keep forgetting for some reason.
Yeah, seriously.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation.
Move past their deaths? That's... I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, Junko. I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go.
So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you.
As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka?
Oh, well, I'm psychic. Fuck! Yes!
You did it! You did it!
Yes!
Oh my god.
I was wondering why you didn't respond. I was counting on a laugh or something. And I was like, okay.
What?
Like, I thought I was funny.
What?
Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition.
No, you don't, Makoto. 11037.
Oh, shit. Alright,
And
well,
here
that's
we
the end
go.
of Chapter 1. 3 people
12 students
are
remain.
knocked out. Whew. Oh, please let me save.
This should be yes.
Okay. That'd be kind of weird to give somebody Leon's bat, but alright. Hey, let's save the game. That was a long one. I didn't expect the trial to go for 2 hours.
It was 2 hours? Oh my god.
You technically a little bit less, but yeah. Well, everybody, that is going to be it of today's episode. Next time, well, I don't know. Apparently we're starting in our room, though. But Curb and I will see you all then. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye now.